Hi, trumpet students. This is Brett Lemley from the Brass Studio at brettlemley.com and the Learn Trumpet YouTube channel. So this video is going to be about making your first sounds on the trumpet and playing your first notes. So what you're going to need is you're going to need yourself, because of course we buzz our lips when we play the trumpet. We'll talk about that in a moment. And then we're also going to need a trumpet mouthpiece. This is my trumpet mouthpiece. And we're also going to need a trumpet. This is my trumpet. So we're going to make our first sounds on the trumpet, and I'm going to give you some guidelines on what you want to listen for and what you want to do to make this the most successful as you can. So the first thing you need to do is realize that all sound is caused by vibration. So when you're, say, a violinist, the part of the violin that vibrates and makes the sound is the string. You drag the bow across the string, you make a sound. If I'm playing a clarinet, there's a little piece of wood called a reed, which when you blow air across the reed, which is attached to the mouthpiece, the reed vibrates and you get a sound. On a trumpet, we're the vibrating surface. So the trumpet is connected to my lips, which need to vibrate. So here's what you're going to do to make your first lip buzz, which is going to go into the trumpet and create your trumpet sound. You're going to form the letter M. Now notice, there's a little bit of tension across my lips. M. There's also a little ridge of muscle that comes down here. Okay? My corners are a little tight. The center has a little bit of tension to it. And here's what I'm going to do to buzz my lips. I'm going to take a big breath. I'm going to wet my lips with my tongue a little bit. And I'm going to put fast air through those lips. And I hope to get a good sound. Here's a good buzz for you, I hope. So that's a pretty decent buzz sound, and you want a sound that's in the sound range of the trumpet. Some kids, when they first buzz, they come up with something like this. Or even they just sort of do like the sort of a thing. What we need is a little bit more tension than that. We need a higher pitch than that to support trumpet playing. So I want a higher pitch, something around here. So here again is a good buzz. So I'm putting fast air through my lips and keeping that tension. If you can't buzz that pitch, that's okay. Just try to get as close as you can. When you're practicing at home, take a huge breath and blow all of your air out of your lungs in an attempt to get this buzz. So here's what it would look like for me as an adult. So at the very end, I was really pushing to get that last little bit of air out. Now, after you've been doing this for a few days, try moving the pitch up and down by tightening and loosening the lips. It'll go like this. We call that a siren sound. So my recommendation to you as a beginner is that you buzz your lips, that sort of straight, even pitch 2 or 3 times, and then you do a siren 2 or 3 times, and then we go to the mouthpiece. So the mouthpiece attaches to your lips exactly where you were buzzing before. Let me get a little closer so you can actually see. Now there's something I want you to notice. The red part of my lip, what we call the membrane, is inside the mouthpiece from top to bottom. So I'm not doing this. And I'm not doing this. And I'm not doing this. I want the lip, the red part of the lip, to be inside the mouthpiece from top to bottom. So watch. Notice the ridge of muscle is still there. The corners are tight. Now also notice how I'm holding the mouthpiece. It's near the end here, with my thumb and one finger. I don't want to hold it like this because that means I can jam it against my face. Use a lot of pressure. I don't want to do that. Thumb and one finger. Line it up. Take a big breath, and again, use all of my air for one long note. And again, I played as long as I could until I was just squeezing that last little bit of air out of my lungs. So I want you to do that 3 to 5 times. Whatever pitch comes out is fine, as long as it's sort of in that same range as what I was just doing. So I don't want this. I don't want something that low, and I don't want this. I don't want something that high. I want something in the middle. 3 to 5 times. Again, once that's getting easier, here's what you do. Move it up and down just like you did with your lips. So there's buzzing your mouthpiece. So you start every day by buzzing your lips a little bit for just a minute or two. Then you buzz your mouthpiece, again just for 2 or 3 minutes. And then we go to the trumpet. So, put the mouthpiece in the trumpet, just drop it in, give it a little twist. Now it's securely in there. We won't talk about hand position right now. I'll just demonstrate the way that I hold the instrument. Here's how I hold the instrument. Ring finger in the ring, thumb in the saddle. My pinky usually ends up here, sometimes it's down here. It doesn't really matter. Now I'm going to attach the trumpet to my face, and I'm going to blow the same way that I just did a moment ago, and hopefully your first note is either this or this. If it's the first one, if it's the higher one, then it's the G. If it's the lower one, the second one, then it's the C. I want you to aim for the G, if you can, and use this video to get that pitch in your head. Here's my G, and again, I'm just going to play that note, hold it as long as I can until my air is completely gone. And that's what I want you to do between 2 and 5 times a day until this note comes out consistently. Okay, so again, I kept playing the note until my air was completely gone. Now I tried to demonstrate in the middle of that the red part of my lip was top to bottom inside the mouthpiece, and I ended up knocking the horn in the middle of the thing, so oh well. So try that note. If you can't hit that note, then try. And if you fail, it's fine. Try again. Do that note 3 to 5 times a day, as long as you can hold it. Now, let's say you can't play that note right away. Let's say this note's coming out. That's fine. It's no big deal. Most trumpet books either start on the G or the C, and they get you the first 5 notes, C, D, E, F, and G. They get those 5 notes right in the beginning anyway, so it's not a big deal. But if you can start on the G, that'll help. So here's an example of playing the C as long as I can in one breath. I take a big, big breath. Now, the very end of that didn't sound that great, but of course I was struggling to get the air out. So that's how you're going to make your first notes on the trumpet. In the next video, I'll talk about your first 5 notes, which again are the C, D, E, F, and G. So if you can start with the G, that would be preferable. If you start with the C, it's still perfectly fine. Remember, practice, 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 practice every day, and you'll get all the notes that you need in no time. So that's how we're going to create our first sounds on the trumpet. And the next video will be about the first 5 notes, like I said, C, D, E, F, and G. And good luck, keep practicing, and I'll see you on the next one.